Welcome back to the channel. We'll be looking at Eurusd for the weekly analysis. So as of all new week, new month as well, we'll be looking into June. So let's take a look on the monthly. Just have a look at the last month. So this candle here for the May, not considerably a lot of price action movement for this pair, but we are still aiming towards the sellers as we still are in oversold selling conditions. So I will show you the rest of my lines that I've got. So all the blue lines is basically where the key points have been in that month. So we need to adapt, change the levels, and see where price could potentially head. So my likely just by judging all the indicators and the RSI conditions, I do believe we're still in the short for this pair, but like I said, the price movement can always change. So let's take it down to a weekly, and we can see that there's a lot of cluster price action in the blue areas of the key levels that I made. So what these lines were is where I capitalized on majority of the trades. So these were the turning points here. So for example, the support, but then it eventually became resistance in the sense that price didn't bounce off this anymore. It became resistance, so it became the short in terms of the favorability. So with also because of the cluster formation as well, we also get that through the RSI indicator as well. The cluster formation is just basically where it's just very messy and it's not exactly a big move, it's just lots of little movements, and the RSI indicator is a momentum indicator. So when this is very constricted and also where it also has little movement, it reflects the movement and the momentum and the steam behind each price action of the candle. So if we take it a further step below to the daily, we start to see that I created this channel, a downwards channel in the purple, and these key levels have been respected along the way, so that's why it looks a bit clustered. But now we can see we're just in a general up and down race with Eurusd at the minute. So that's why we didn't really get much of a big move from the last month. So let's take it forward and just see what we can do in terms of the play for this week then. So as of currently, this line here at the 1.1365, we can see that we have in this area here huge rejection, and there's no absolute bias between where we are going to go. This is because we're still undecided if this area is worthy. Should we go lower or should we go higher? But until we did break out here, it will probably show better on an hour, which I'll show in a second. But we also got some support here and also support here at the previous. So you can also say that you can also use the typical rule: three touches on a line is a very important, is a valid key point level. So this is forward tested. So these are just 3 points that we've just found now, but the lines that was there, the reason this line was there was because I saw 3 other points previous to this. So we can say now that this line is pretty much valid for future predictions. So let me just step it down one more to the hourly, and we can take a bit more of a look into where we are. So we can see how we basically took a break in this area here. Let's put a zone level here. So we got our almost like a downwards pennant sort of forming here, downwards wedge, sorry, until we got the breakout. And we also see this is a bit dangerous as well in terms of price action and trading off levels. You have to have the right specific trade entry, because this could have sent you downwards a lot of times. For example, here, here, and here. Just from, if you're just trading off the candles, specific candles, and like that, you need other conditions to back up why you're going in a particular way of the bias. So in terms of what my indicators tell me, we can see that momentum had been going upwards. So momentum was saying to me that we are looking for a reversal here, just because as this rises, this is going lower. So this is all divergence in plain sight towards me. So I stepped out of this and waited for the actual move. Until I got the confirmation that we got the EMA switch over, now I can start to look into potential entries and to get into this now, because now the market is turned from the sellers towards the buyers now. So what I will be looking is at some point for us to get up into this trade for a buying opportunity, just purely because we can see the EMA switching over nice and early. The earlier the better, is because we can wait for the retest to occur. So as we are here right now, I'm looking for something like this potentially, a push to the upside, eventually a retest at one of these key level points that I have here. So it could be up top here as well. I'll change this color as well to a blue, just to make it a bit easier to see. And eventually we'll get, this will be the ideal entry point. So the push and wait for the retest, and then the confirmation candle, this will give us the push for us to go to the upside. So my potential position would look something like this, and the target would be towards the top of the channel. Eventually this could be a possible outcome, but I'm not, the price can all change between the news of this week, so we just have to be careful of if we do make the breakup upside. As of now, we have a lot of sensitivity at this point, at this level, so we can see rejection twice here from the 1.11785 key level that I have. So we just have to wait until we can get a full close and break and a push above that in order for us to continue and get the entry that we need, and then the confirmation candle. So if we don't get that, then we will be looking for downwards momentum like that, and then the short would vary that way. So make sure you're looking at your own trading strategy, and make sure you've got all your levels matching up with your ones as well. You're happy to use mine, there's no problem about it. My key levels have been tested prior towards the ones that you're seeing on the video now. So every time it touches on the line, it's adding towards more confluences in my key levels. So as of now, I feel like it's working very well for myself. So make sure you check your own trading strategy, and if you do agree with my analysis, then do take your risk appropriately. So we'll see how the trade for this week, well, we'll see how Euro USD performs this week, and just base off the analysis and see what we can work with during this week. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.